Did he actually call them Wendy burgers?
He said Wendy burgers, yes. And so I said...
That's how you know the man's a drug addict.
Well, I said...
There's no entertainment value in helping people.
Promise him 2 beers, no more than 2.
My pronouns are His Holiness and Her Majesty.
I envy you in your ignorance.
And we're back again. Another episode of All Over the Place, and we apologize for the last episode. Shut up, Sean.
That seems to be a running theme. We're always apologizing for the previous episode.
Not for the content, just the presentation.
And yet they still let us keep making these.
No shit. It's like they never learn. Speaking of never learn, I got another little mini rant.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. But this one actually is nobody that I've met personally, which is different for me. I was coming out of Walmart a couple of days ago. And
No one I've personally met proceeds to give a personal story.
No, I personally experienced it, but I never fucking met the person because I won't. I'm too good to go up and speak to them. What it was these fucking panhandlers that are in this area. They are just goddamn all over the place, and it's just killing me. And this bitch sitting outside of the Walmart exit. You know, we're talking mid-August, so late summer. The thermometer on the car said 88 degrees, yet her fucking sign, she's sitting here in tank top and shorts. Her sign says, "Hungry and cold, please give me money for food." And I'm like, why does her sign for whatever reason, her sign saying cold just fucking laser beamed right through me.
She hasn't been able to make a new sign since March.
Exactly.
Help that poor woman.
I hate to fucking tell you, bitch. If you need a new sign, Walmart, you can steal a couple of Sharpies and go out behind Big Sandy and get a cardboard piece and say, "I'm hot and sweaty and hungry." But no, her fucking sign, not only did it say cold or hungry and cold, it had it in 2 different colors. It's like she put some fucking work into making this look presentable. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. You know what you could have done with the same amount of effort as you put into that sign? Fill out a fucking job application. It's like, God, I hate these fucking
I don't think
people.
they like it when you use multiple colors on job applications.
Is that kind of...
Doesn't matter. It's the same amount of writing.
So,
in fact, it would have been easier to fill out the job application, but this dumb twat sitting there.
I'm pretty sure the self-checkout is more...
Reliable?
Yeah, more capable.
No shit.
So I guess with her, dressing her sign up, is that kind of in the same vein as dress for the job you want, not the one you have?
Actually, what is it? She's a starving artist?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, emphasis on starving?
And just like
And
starving
she's
artists.
cold. Did you not see the
Cold,
sign?
yeah, cold at 88-degree weather. Just that one word, because, I'm so used to these goddamn fuckers holding these signs up. It's like, I got 18 kids that I can't feed. And I was like, well, you shouldn't fucking had them. It's like, I'm the wrong fucking guy to be begging off of, because I got no sympathy
They should be
whatsoever.
Should be begging for condoms.
I think it's funny, like outside gas stations and stuff, or anywhere, like you get out of your car to walk in, or you're walking back to the car. Excuse me, sir. No.
All those
Just keep on
fucking
walking.
scumbags.
I was just gonna see if you had jumper case. No. Got nothing.
I need $4 worth of gas to get down to Beckley because my cousin has stage 12 anal cancer and I need to get down there before he goes.
No, those
Why are
people
you in
are
his
funny.
will?
Those people are funny because you know what you do? You're like, okay, yeah, I'll help you. You need $4 of gas. Pull your car over to the gas station. I'll pull over there and wait for you. Surprise, surprise, they never show up.
That's exactly what the fuck I had. Like one guy actually was at the mall, and the motherfucker came up to me because I look generous apparently.
He's like, I've seen you. You're that famous wrestler.
He was like, can I get $10? And I'm like, what? He's like, oh, well, yeah, I can give you something in return for it. And I was like, all I got is my kid's PlayStation out in my car. And I said, let's fucking go get it. Like, he thought that I wouldn't deprive his children of their gaming console.
But you
I called your bluff, asshole.
you suddenly got super excited.
It's like, ooh, I'm getting a PlayStation for cheap.
Original Medal of Honor is mine.
Fuck yeah.
Your kids are gonna hate you, but I'm gonna play these games.
It's like, ooh, tell your kids I said thank you and enjoy the $10 worth of gas.
See, I had one exactly the same place because I would go out to smoke beside the Transit Mall, and I had one guy who came up to me specifically.
Hold on, you said the Transit Mall. You really got to watch yourself there. There's hobos that get into arguments.
Yeah, they do.
Luckily, we have a defender who
Yes.
will jump right into action and beat the piss out of him with umbrellas.
Yes, Viper. When he's beating up the
Is it
steno
weird?
bums.
I don't know what a transit mall is.
It's where they
It's where
they
all the
sell
bus-
bus tickets.
the
or-
KRT.
It's where the buses pick up. Like it's the central
not a real
KRT
mall.
bus location.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
hub
like a bus
central.
station.
Yeah, it's a bus
Yeah,
station.
that's all it is. But they
It's-
call it the Transit Mall.
Call it a fucking bus station.
I
but,
agree,
uh,
but
Or
they call it the Transit Mall.
or even the transit station.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
They have a
it's-
cigarette store.
yeah.
Oh, there
Makes
you go.
them a mall.
But I was outside smoking. This guy comes up to me and he says, and they always, every time I would get approached, they'd always give me the same story. I'm a good Christian, and I go to church, and I've got kids and a wife, family.
Congratulations. See
And
ya.
so, well, he says,
Have you gone and
Well,
asked your
good for
church-
you. The Lord will provide.
Have you gone and asked your fellow church members for assistance? That's kind of what you being in a church is supposed to be like. You
Exactly.
go ask them.
Mr. Good Christian,
well, so
what's your favorite Bible passage? Give me money.
you should ask your pastor to, borrow his Cadillac to get
Exactly.
around and take care of your business.
So, and it was funny because he said that he was so hungry and he's trying to get down to Florida to see his kids, and he just a couple of Wendy burgers. If I just had a few bucks for some Wendy burgers, and the reason it was funny is because I had just started my lunch and I was genuinely going to Wendy's. And so I was like, dude, this is your lucky day.
And he's
I was
probably
like, no. not
Guess
bad.
what the Lord has laid in your
Exactly.
lap?
He wanted Wendy burgers. The Lord provided, and I genuinely would have. I
You
said
getting a biggie bag.
I said,
did he
uh,
actually call them Wendy burgers?
he said
Yes.
Wendy burgers, yes. And so I said,
That's how you know the man's a drug addict.
I said,
Only a drug addict
yeah, that's
would call it Wendy
that's
burgers.
best case scenario.
Actually, no. I mean, the wife calls them Wendy burgers.
But
You need
You
to
married a drug addict?
Yeah.
but
I hate the term too. So
I don't. They're good. But anyway,
That's why he prefers to call her pharmaceutically challenged.
but so
Pharmaceutically gifted.
sure. And I said to him, I was like, dude, follow me up to my car. We'll go. I was like, I'm going to Wendy's right now. I was like, this is no joke. I'm going. And I said, I'll buy you a combo meal. I was like, I'll buy you a couple burgers for the road if that's what you need. I was like, I will take care of you. I was like, come on up and we'll go. And he
you
wait,
even
wait.
offered to let this fucking hobo in your vehicle.
Yes, I did.
Ew.
And because I knew good and well he'd never fucking do it. And so he says, well, no, I don't want to put you out. I don't want to burden you. If you just had a couple bucks, And I said, no, I'm serious. I will go buy you Wendy's right now. Just come up with
I am literally on my way there. I was going before I met you.
Yeah, I genuinely was.
I'm going to get a Wendy burger myself.
I'm getting me some Wendy burgers too and some meth. But he
But
goes,
that's after the burgers.
And
You
so
don't want to
he-
get meth on a full stomach.
So he kept harping, saying, no, I don't want to put you out. I don't want to put you out. I said, it is not putting me out whatsoever. I was like,
I'm heading over there anyway.
And so,
I could really use the company.
and right at the end, he just goes, fucking forget it. And he just walks off. And that was the end of it. But
Like, sir, the Lord wouldn't appreciate you treating strangers like that.
it's like a good Christian, sir.
Well, at least you're fucking calling him bluff.
You
Involved a
offered to
noble
feed-
backstory.
You offered to feed the man, and you're the asshole.
Yes.
That's it. He offered to feed the guy. What did I do? I offered to take the kid's fucking PlayStation.
He was trying to play on your sympathies, and you're like, fuck you.
Fuck your kids.
You won't fuck his kids.
No, I won't. No,
What if he said that it's like, I'll give you the PlayStation and you have to fuck my kids? Would you take it?
I'll say I'll take the PlayStation.
Whoa.
You can continue to fuck the kids. Here's the $10.
Technically,
Sure.
taking the PlayStation is fucking the kids. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of a metaphorically though.
Not literal. But
Like, oh, you didn't get to play Twisted
Literally.
Metal.
see, but the thing is about those bums, if they come up and they tell me 100% honestly what they want the money for, I'll do it. Because again, I was in Huntington with one of my friends, and a guy came up to me, and we were drunk. We were going from bar to bar, bar hopping. And the guy comes up, and he's stumbling and slurring. He said, I just need like $5, $10 more. And we're like, he said, well, I'm probably going to drink. And so my friend and I we both pulled out $5, and I was like, look, I know what you're going to do with this money. I was like, but I was going to do the same thing. So here you go. And we gave him money because he was honest. Like, if they're honest with me.
That's the thing with that is that
sounds like
he
old
wasn't-
BJ. Hey man, you got $3.57 so I can get me some wine.
I need $11.
That's rather specific. But yes, BJ, I'll buy you a bottle of wine.
Yes, I will do that. If they're honest with me and they don't bullshit me and try and do I'm a good Christian, if they don't try that shit.
But see,
then,
the thing with that is that instance wasn't like, oh, hey, man, I need some money. I'm down on my luck. That was like, hey, man, I am a fellow boozer such as yourself.
I am not as drunk
Can
as
I-
you are.
Help a brother out.
He's
man.
like, can you all spare me?
Because
And you're like, you know what, fellow boozer? Yes.
well, because he was basically
He was just you, but like 3 hours later.
No, he was 3 hours earlier.
Yeah,
'cause
he was ahead.
we were shitty drunk, and
That motherfucker was 3 time zones over.
and he just wasn't to our level yet. So I just wanted to help him get to our level. And again, if they're honest with me, fine.
Well, you know what though? There's the honest ones, and even honest ones, I'm a prick. I don't care.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, you're not getting a goddamn penny out of me. But it's always the same load of bullshit. I got a
Yeah.
sick relative somewhere. But one guy in particular that I recall, and I recall him because he was a very diminutive fucking guy. He was very small.
Ooh, big
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, I know. I mean, tiny. He maybe weighed 110 pounds, maybe 5'4", and here I'm walking out of the fucking rest area on I-40, and he approaches me, and I knew exactly what he was gonna fucking do. But I gotta tell you, his icebreaker was one of the best, where he said, "First of all, sir, I mean you no harm," and I'm thinking. That was not a concern I had going into this conversation.
I'd have given him money just for that.
Even then, I laughed, I smiled, I even talked to the guy, and I said, "You ain't getting shit off me."
Wasting your time.
Like, he said, "I'm heading down to Wilmington, or I'm heading to Southport," and I'm like, "Well, fuck, I'm going to Wilmington. You can ride with me."
We'll get some Wendy burgers.
Like, we'll get some Wendy burgers, and we'll just fucking roll, buddy. No, when he said, "I mean you no harm," and I'm like,
I'd have given him money. just for that. Like,
it's like, good opener, I'll give you that.
that entertainment, I'd have given him money. I'll be
It's like, I'm
honest, I would.
6'2" and I'm 300 fucking pounds. You harming me just never entered my fucking mind. Unless you have a gun. Do you have a gun? No, I don't have a gun. Oh, can't afford one because you're begging for money at a fucking rest area on the interstate.
You know, if you get a gun, it makes begging for money a lot easier.
Yeah, it's not so much begging, so much as demanding.
Actually, no. Go with a rock because that's a misdemeanor.
Ooh. But if somebody swung a rock at me, I'd shove it up her ass.
But no, I love the people who clearly don't need it, but they come and beg anyway. Because
So basically, all the panhandlers and
a lot of them,
Well,
yeah,
city.
because they make more than any of us. I bet you per year.
Well, a guy in Wilmington he's an older fella. I think he's dead now, but he told me one time that he talked to a couple of them, and they said they clear $40,000 a year from doing that. And I'm like,
See, and that's in
fuck them.
that's in a place like Wilmington. Think of a place like New.
free.
Yeah,
place
that's
like-
100% in pocket.
I'm not going to declare that on my taxes.
And
No.
and think about that too. Like
I was working 6 days a week and was making that much when I started.
Yeah.
But,
that's it. And these fuckers, all they do is stand there with their goddamn cardboard sign, which actually I don't know how it's broken down because I've seen more often than not now they're working in teams. It's like over on Patrick Street, there's a group of 4. They get on each corner of the fucking intersection. And they all got a different sign, but then you sit there and they go over and pool their resources. I'm like,
Well, they're
how
probably-
does that get split?
they're
Like,
probably
I
communists.
always wondered if, like, the primo spots, like, down by B-Dubs at South Ridge and there in Cross Lanes and all
that's
those
where the
places.
woman with the cold sign was, over by
I
B-Dubs.
always wondered, like, do they fight for that prime real estate, or do they work shifts there, or like, okay, you get this corner till 4, and then I'll be there about 4. All right, 4:15.
Like, how does the calling dibs system work
Do you
for
have
bumming fucking money off people?
Do you have to have like a resume or something? Do you have to like apply?
I kind of see it
Like, hey, who's your hiring guy for sitting with a cardboard sign on the
I kind
corner?
of see it like
Your resume better be multicolored.
Well, you know what also pisses me off when they
I got a Sharpie. That makes me qualified.
But when they forget to dress the parts,
Welcome
like
to the team.
You're standing out on the side of the fucking road, holding your cardboard sign, and you're wearing a brand new pair of Jordans. I'm like,
well, that's just because that's all they got. You know?
yeah, that's all they got is a $180 fucking pair of shoes.
No, that's when you go up to them and you do that again, where it's like, hey man, I'll give you $50 for those Jordans.
It's like, I will make your day. It'll just cost you your shoes.
I'll tell you what.
You may have my
for
flip
shoes
flops.
anyway.
It's like, I'll tell you what. I'll give
Oh,
you
he
mine.
called
They're
my
big.
bluff.
You may have my flip flops, sir.
It's like, aw, gross.
I was at a friend's house one time, and I went out to the car like to get a CD or a pack of cigarettes or something, and I had like, used to call them ashtrays, but they're not ashtrays anymore. Like little thing in the car. I had it full of change. It's probably
Yeah.
The
probably,
change tray.
probably like $15 in it. So I go out and somebody comes up behind me and is like, "Hey man, you got some change?" I was like, "Oh yeah, here. Why not?" You know, I'm feeling generous. I grabbed probably $4 or $5 worth of change out of the thing, and she was, "Okay, thanks. You got any more? I could really use a little bit more." I said, "Get the fuck out of here!"
You got 28 cents. Now you're just getting fucking greedy.
No, it's probably like $3 or $4. I guess.
No, what you should have
Either
done
way.
was been like, yeah, give me that back. I'll put it in a little thing here, and I got some more. And then when he gives you back, you just roll up the window, drive off.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'd give him a couple rolls of quarters in tube sock form.
No, I had a.
I have skimmed change across the parking lot for, "Hey man, you got some change?" Yep.
See, that's what I
I'd
was.
love to see him die for it.
No, I had a friend who did
New
exactly
blacktop.
that at in Princeton. I was riding with him. We were just coming out of Applebee's in Princeton, and we stopped at a red light. And this guy, he walks up to the car. Normally, they wait for you to like go, "Hey, come here," you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But this guy walks up to my friend's window and he like knocks on it, you know. And so my friend is a gigantic asshole. But he rolls the window down and he's like,
That
"What?"
differentiates him from us, right?
He says, "Oh yeah," but he says, "What do you need?" And the guy says, "Hey man, you know," and he starts giving my friend a spiel, you know, "Oh, I need this money," you know. He's like, "You got just a little bit of change you can spare?" So he grabs again like a change tray, grabs a gigantic handful of it, and just goes. And just slams it out on the ground in front of him, and then he just drives off. and I was like, and I even said to him, I was like, "That was kind of cold." And he goes, "If he wants it bad enough, he'll get it."
Does he need
You're
it?
like-
Or does he
you're like,
want it?
It's only
free.
cold if he's not willing to put in the work.
Exactly. And
I'm still waiting where less and less people carry caveman money anymore. I'm waiting on one to stand there with a card reader. It's like, "Hey man, you got some change?"
Oh, fuck yeah. They come at you with a
Yeah,
cube on their phone.
they have the things,
Their
the
brand new iPhone.
the
Yeah.
swipe, you know, they have the card swipers now.
It's like, yo, man, I take cards. Well, I was going to write you a check.
It's like, do you need to check
Get
my
your broke
credit?
ass out of here with that check. No,
Like, I ain't got no way to check IDs. How do I know it's your check?
That'd be funny if you hand him a check and he's like, "I need to see ID. Check the signature." Like, what?
What if somebody like stole a checkbook from somebody else and just started writing bums checks? Let's see that one.
That'd be funny. Though.
like, "Here's your ticket to jail. Here's your ticket to jail. Here's your ticket to jail."
It's like, yo, I didn't know. He just handed me a check for $1,000.
Sure.
Are you hungry? Do you want 3 meals a day for the next 1 to 5? Take this check.
Take this check. Go to the nearest bank.
We're doing them a favor. They get 3 hots and a cot.
And I can
What do
just
you
see
want?
him. I can just see him walking into the fucking bank with their clothes falling apart and their hands all dirty. This fucking check with fingerprints all over it.
For $10,000.
It's like it's fucking endorsed in crayon or fucking sidewalk chalk.
Even better, like you don't even like write out the amount. You're just like, hey man, I want you to just go ahead and just, don't break me. Just go ahead and write out what you think you're going to need for the next 3 months and just,
The next 3 years.
We're on the honor system.
This is the honor system.
It's gotten you this far. You look very trustworthy.
Yes.
Like, clearly, you're reliable.
Sir with burns on your mouth from a crack pipe.
You're like, don't worry, sir.
They have that bright yellow mustache. Because in their
You can
previous
trust
life, they were
me
chain
as much
smokers.
as I trust you.
It's like, hey, Mr. Man in the Dumpster, I'm going to make your day.
Are those track marks
Like-
I see? You, sir.
What?
Like Oscar the Grouch popping up out of a dumpster.
Yeah. But he's got that bright orange fucking chain smoker mustache.
Well, no, that's from the meth, too.
Oh, God, and his grubby fucking fingernails.
What if
What
to...
is with you and homeless guys' fingernails?
Well,
It's an unhealthy obsession.
that's it.
It is.
If
Like,
they
are
bother
you,
me...
You secretly just want to give fucking homeless people manicures?
No, I want to cut their fingers off.
Again, for our Vietnamese friends, he wants to learn how to do nails.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
it. No, it's actually, I want to remove their fucking fingers entirely, but it's like, I feel the same way when the motherfuckers at Taco Bell have the fucking fingers that look exactly the same as the hobos.
Tacos don't smell like that.
Tacos don't, they don't do that.
Burner, 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 burner.
We've had this entire conversation before.
Well,
on air.
But I didn't lead with the fucking homeless guys.
Homeless fingernails.
No, you did.
Actually, I might have because we were
It was
talking.
Hunt the Homeless.
We were talking about hunting the homeless. Yeah, god damn, we haven't done that in a while, long time.
Speaking of, or I should say, piggybacking off of what Casey was saying earlier, what if you went and you're like, okay, I need you to straight up tell me what drug you're going to buy with this, and if it's the drug that I think you're going to buy, I'll give you the money.
It's like fortune
I've got it in
telling.
my head. Be like, I'm going to write it down on a card here. You tell me, and if I flip it over and it's the same drug that you've chosen, then you get the money. If not, then I'm going away, and I'll catch you next time.
So you just made yourself a street magician,
Yeah.
handing out money to hobos.
You're like-
Is this your drug?
3-card money, the motherfucker.
Is this your drug? No. Check under your foreskin.
Always a myth. Always a myth.
God
Never to crack.
damn.
Never to crack. Never to crack. Always a myth.
I wanted $20 for some meth. And he holds up a $100 bag of coke and it's like, sorry, pal,
Like, oh
you
shit!
guessed wrong.
Do you have change for this?
You got change for an 8-ball?
You have change for anything.
2 crack rocks.
Sorry, man, I forgot my scales.
Oh no, that's the second part. You're like, okay, good. Now you've got it. Now we can go double or nothing. I'm going to guess how much you're gonna buy because I don't ignore the fact that I have the drugs. I don't know how much they cost.
I'm going to do your drug of choice while you watch me. I'm that big an asshole.
And staring right at him, keep eye contact. Jesus, treat him like the fucking guy on Home Alone 2 when he tips him with fruit stripe gum and then he holds out that wad of money the next time he comes around. It's like, fuck you. You see what you missed out on? But hey, you got his $20 worth of meth. But if we were relying on him to use his scales, it's like if there's one thing I trust from a fucking homeless guy, it's his ability to do math properly. So I think I'd bring my own scales to that fucking.
I don't know if you're doing drugs all the time. You probably can do math in your head. Pretty
Well, that's it. He probably doesn't need a scale. He'd be like,
do
Yeah, he's
math in your
That
head.
feels like about
pretty quick.
that's about 1.4 grams.
It's like a fucking beautiful mind crackhead.
like, oh wow, that much right there is basically the equivalent of huffing gas. I'm gonna need more.
I have good news. I have gas as well.
Like, yeah, but it costs more now. Like, it's cheaper to just give you the $100 bag of Coke. But there actually used to be a guy who got arrested all the fucking time on the
Donald
website. No. This was way back in the day. I don't remember what his name was. Like Glenn something. And every fucking time they took his mugshot, he had a different color fucking spray paint ring around his face.
Was this in Charleston?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and I used to love looking at his fucking mugshots because it was every other fucking day, and it was always the worst mugshot. It's like, that would be great just to talk to this guy over and over again.
His makeup looks terrible.
It's like, where did he get bright gold face paint like it, and why did he only put it around his mouth and nose? It's like, motherfucker. He always just looked so out of it. Then one time I was walking around in South Charleston, and I'll be goddamned if he didn't just walk up. It's like, that's him. If I felt like I was meeting a celebrity.
That's one of those things where it's like, hey, I'll give you money, and he's like, I don't need money. Like, no, shut up. I know, just here, go take it, buy it.
It's like, I'm a fan. I will go get you a paper bag and a can of spray paint right fucking now because I want to see this shit in
It's
action.
love with Krylon.
It don't get you good enough. Oh my God.
Somebody should have told that kid about dust off.
Ooh, he can't afford dust off.
At least he won't have to scrub his face every time he gets high.
Well, that's fucking true.
But he'll do it anyway.
But I love it that the cops,
It's part of the experience.
obviously they were so amused by it that they always just left it right on there.
Well, yeah, they don't want to touch him.
It's like, well, we're not going to make him wash his face because it's funnier this way.
Well, they had years ago in Charleston. There was a bum because I had a Charleston police officer friend, and he talked about there was this guy who always like harassed people for money, but and he got the cops called on him 5, 6, 7 times a day. But the cops would never arrest him specifically because he would have, like, as they tried to arrest him, almost as a defense mechanism, he would have diarrhea all over himself. And they said they just didn't want to deal with him, and they didn't want to put him in their car because he's shitting himself.
His animalistic instincts kicked in.
But they said they'd have to chase him around like parking lots, and when they'd finally get him, he would just shit all over himself, and they just uncuff him and let him go, because they don't want to put him in.
It's just not worth it.
I was at a gas station in South Charleston one time. Some guy, he was just, I don't know, he was either crazy or high or something, was just fucking with everybody, and they got tired of dealing with him, so they called the cops. Cops come and picked him up, and then like the next day, he was like, well, take that one guy to jail. Like, no, we took him to Canal City, dropped him off. He ain't our problem no more.
Nope, he's somebody else.
Ooh.
It's like, well done. It's like the homeless fucking problem in Charleston. Just spread the wealth.
Yeah, I'm just glad
Only
they
there was a way that we could cause a decline in homeless people.
How do
Like
we,
hunting them for
how do-
sport?
How do we cull that population?
I don't know. I actually, I
Tune in
think
next time.
Shane's last one where he said just spread the rumor, like get them some teeth fixing and spread the rumor that they got money. I think that, like, do that a couple times, you're going to fucking thin the herd.
On the one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, it's like, did you see where that one guy got arrested for giving a bunch of people pickaxes and they basically tore down a parking garage because he's like, there's
God damn, they're
something
motivated
hidden in
individuals
there.
for
Oh,
being
yeah.
so useless.
Like they won't put in a job application, but by God, they'll chop down a fucking parking garage.
God damn, they could get to a fucking.
Y'all can have every bit of rebar you can dig out of that. Dude, was going to cost me $40,000 to demo that building.
My day has come.
I just did it for
Oh my,
150.
that's actually like a good idea.
You could
like,
start
you
a
just
construction-
leave some like destruction equipment like sledgehammers, pickaxes, stuff just laying around, and just get someone to go be like, hey man, did you hear about blah blah blah? Yeah, no, he's got some stuff stashed over there. He's left a bunch of stuff over there because he's planning on tearing the building apart himself to find it. But I bet you if you went over there at night, you could probably tear it down when he's not there and find it.
He was somewhere in these walls.
It'd be leveled the next day. You wouldn't have to pull out the copper wires, copper pipes. You have to pull out shit.
You could just straight up be like, yo, he's tearing it apart anyway, so he's probably not even going to notice if you just go ham on the place.
Wouldn't it be great though if the person who owned the building didn't know it, and it's like the property manager walked up, "Where the fuck is my parking garage?"
That would be great. Start a construction company and your entire crew is nothing but just homeless people. You tell them that there's money inside a building.
You don't even have to pay them.
Exactly. You just
You know what you do?
What's
you know
funny
what
is
you do?
that they'll work for days tearing that apart,
Thinking that there's money or
to
drugs
get
in
the
it.
free money out of it. When if you had paid them, they
No,
made
no,
so
here's
much
what
more
you do.
money to
Yeah.
do the same amount of work.
Here's
No.
what you do. You take one and you put it someplace that you know that you're like, they're going to have to tear apart like 80% of the building to find it here. And you just put a duffel bag with $200 in it. And then not only that, you build rapport. So next time you're like, bro, I didn't know that we have an epidemic in Charleston of people hiding stuff. I need you homeless people to help
You do
me.
the duffel bag with the $200 or whatever in it, and you put it in some spot easy to find. But
Let one of them find it.
in that duffel bag is $200 and the map. But you put a map to all the support centers in the building, so they go around and they start chipping away at all the.
You don't
if
have
you-
to do that. You just go in and you tell them, "Hey, look, we think he's hidden it in the walls. We're not sure, but he said he put it somewhere around the
I
support."
love it like you're talking
that's all
like
you
you're a
gotta do.
foreman.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
But if they
you got
start-
your safety hats. All right, he's hitting it in a wall or somewhere.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna need you
Yeah,
to.
but
But
if they
you tell
start
them,
to doubt,
like-
if they start to doubt you, that's when you plant the $200
Yeah.
and let one of them find it.
Yeah.
And then you tell all the others, well, motherfucker over there found it. He became the bum with the gold teeth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, if he's doing it, here we go.
But that's
It'll work
what-
faster. 'Cause
That's what
now-
I'm saying. Or just you don't even have to do $200. Just take $100 and punch some holes in the ceiling and drop a dollar.
Like that's it. Just plant $5 bills everywhere.
Yeah, because they'll just
Like we're not talking about people who are,
Smart.
thriving in life.
exactly if they're going to tear
You
apart.
get enough to hit the dollar menu at McDonald's, I think we win.
I just got a $4 million contract to demo this garage.
I get to
It cost
keep
me $200 and a few pickaxes to get it done.
Plus equipment. I didn't even have to pay for removal. Like, where'd they take it?
I don't fucking know.
They got a house built down there where the fucking tent city used to be. Like, it's concrete. This baby will last forever.
Could you imagine if you like actually did that? Just tore down a building, had some homeless people, paid them super cheap because they're fucking drug addicts, and like, look, you tear this apart.
How do you know that all homeless people are drug addicts?
And that's why they're homeless.
Okay. I was just
Or
double
they're
checking
crazy
on that one.
Or they're crazy. You know?
Crazy. That was crazy once.
No, that was a question asked to him one time when he said that all homeless people were drug addicts. How do you know they're all on drugs?
When our
Well,
other
they're
fourth
homeless.
chair.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Drug addicts aren't real
But could you
known for their
Efficient.
meticulous living spaces.
But could you imagine that just being like, yeah, just whatever you want, take it down to your homeless city and just basically be like, if you want to, take the house apart and just move the house down to your homeless city. Like you've got like an old worn down like 2-story building,
Jesus.
and next thing you know, there's just this 2-story building on the Canal River.
Yeah, that would be
waterfront
great
behind
if
the
they
Lowe's.
just-
the building manager walked in. He can't find his concrete parking garage, but there's one down there by the river.
But just think about watching them do it. It would be like ants trying to move a leaf. It's just like just a big wave as the house moves down the river.
It's like, holy shit. Those guys really wanted that parking garage to sleep in.
That's really how you bring people together.
This sounds like a real success story. Holy shit, we're out of time.
Real rags to rags story.
Yeah, rags to concrete rags.
Rags to dirty rags.
Dirtier.
Ew. Now they have a whole building to themselves. We don't have to look or see, or smell them.
Oh no, they'll be back.
No, next time. Well, of course they will. If they're good workers, we'll hire them again. Get another
Or
contract.
we'll hide another 20 somewhere in the building.
You just no. You
if
just
we want to play a prank on somebody.
no. You just go down the street and find a different group of them. Because the first ones they're gonna know. Well, no, it's a scam. We did
Like, Town Center Mall's got money in the walls, right? Well, they usually won't let me inside. Well, you can do this from outside.
Here's this pickaxe. You go through the wall.
Yeah. It's like mining for gold.
Like a bunch of dwarfs.
Oh, that's offensive.
Oh, this just popped into my head, and it would be funny and horribly unethical. But here's what you should do. We should go ahead and just basically seal off the town center to where you've got, like, you can get in, but you've got to go through, like, a checkpoint with guards, and we just go grab homeless people off the street and be like, this is your new home now. I know that it just sounds like jail, but it'll be free roam.
You know they'd have fights with each other calling pennies because they have display beds.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to sleep on one of them. Otherwise, they're piling T-shirts up at Spencer's.
Hey, but on the plus side, you will finally get your answer as to how to clean poop off a dilder when they invade Spencer's.
Okay.
That's a prank call I made when I worked there.
He called a coworker and asked if the guy knew how to clean poop off a dildo. We call it a dilder.
Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck was going on. All right, we are out of time. For the love of God. You going to say your line?
What was my line again?
I don't fucking know what your line is. It's your only fucking line of the whole show usually. It's not my fault you got talkative on this one.
You were in it. See, that would have been a good part for you to go, do we cut here?
Oh, sorry. Do we cut here?
Okay, now, Shane, I need you to cut it